Guys, have you just been to the doctor and the news wasn't what you expected? Are you overweight? Is your doctor suggesting that you lose some weight immediately? Let's talk about it in today's episode.
Welcome, Worldwide West Retired, your premier destination for men over 40 and those that have already retired. I am a retired Army veteran with more than 30 years. My weight, health, and happiness was not in a good place. Let me share with you my blueprint of how I fixed that. Stick around, give me 10 minutes, and I think you'll learn something. Well, you just came from the doctor, and it wasn't the news that you were expecting. Or maybe you had an emergency for something else, and when you got to the doctor, and he said, by the way, you need to lose some weight. You are overweight. The thing about doctors are, they don't always give you the advice on food and exercise. They're easily tell you, hey, you're overweight, but they don't necessarily give you advice on food and exercise. You got to go see the dietitian, or you got to go see someone else to get that advice. They can tell you that you're broke. They can tell you got a problem. They can show you a BMI chart, and the BMI chart says for your height, you should weigh this much. Kind of take an average of it. Now, I'm not here to be technical, so I'm not getting into the BMI chart, how much you should weigh based on your height, because there's a lot of different factors that go into that. But bottom line is, when they tell you you're overweight, only thing you can say is, really? I kind of knew that going in. You know if you're overweight. You know what your problem is. I also look back with the doctors and they talk about your cholesterol, your blood pressure. Let's use my cholesterol as an example. Well, my cholesterol has been for years around 200. And according to the doctors and the experts, 200 is borderline high, right at the cusp. So for years, didn't really worry about it, especially while I was in the Army. I was running, taking care of exercise, doing all the other good stuff. And my good cholesterol number was much, much higher than average. So doctor said, nah, I think you're okay. I was like, cool. Now, the doctor was quick to put me on cholesterol meds, blood pressure meds, all the meds that you can think of. But I also want to, in this video, offer some additional suggestions to help you control your cholesterol and your blood pressure. Now, I'm not a doctor. So one, follow your doctor's advice. Healthcare professionals, follow their advice. I'm going to share with you what worked for me. Now, some doctors had me do the DASH diet. If you've never heard of the DASH diet, go ahead and Google it. D is in David, A is in Apple, S is in Sam, H is in Hotel. The DASH diet, especially for those of us that have an issue with blood pressure, eating too many fried foods and too much seasoning. So some of my doctors did send me over to see a dietitian. Some would recommend that I go to a gym, work out more. But man, this did not get my weight right. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I'm taking all these meds, going to the gym, I'm walking, I'm doing all this stuff. And this is post-retirement. But man, it still didn't do enough to get my weight under control. My health and my happiness was still not in a good place. Now, the advice that I got from my doctors, my dietitian, and all those that were trying to help me be healthy wasn't that it was a bad plan. It was me. It was me. My mind was not right. I heard them talking, but to take the advice and then put it into action, I wasn't there. I suggest that probably many of you are not there either. You're probably not quite there. But I'm hoping that videos like this will encourage you to make a change and you see it in others and realize it is possible. How about you? Once I retired, my weight went up to about 250, 260 pounds in 10 years. I was like, man. And I knew I was overweight. Clothes didn't fit good, things just, it wasn't right. I wasn't happy. Today, I'm happy to be able to put this video together and tell you I'm under 210 pounds in about 18 months. Now, I did some things to get there, which I'm going to share with you, but stick around. I'm going to tell you how I got my weight down and got healthy. And when I go back to my doctor in a couple weeks, I'm expecting my numbers to still come in better than expected. Stick around for that video. I'll let you know how it goes. Now, when I talk about it, retirement has been good. I love to be able to travel and move. Currently on a cruise ship right now. Been on a cruise ship for all of 2026. At the time of this recording, I'm on cruise number 5 and we hadn't even hit March. And so I love the fact that I'm able to move around. I see people on the cruise ship whose health is not the best. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't want to hit that point. I want to keep living. I want to keep my mobility. I want to keep going as long as I possibly can. I want to see my son get married. I want to see my children have children. I want to be able to play with my grandkids, my grandchildren. I want to be able to play with them. I want to be able to hold them and pick them up and do all the other things that grandparents get a chance to do. But I know I can't do that if my health, my fitness, and my happiness isn't in a good place. So I'm motivated. I'm motivated to walk. I try to walk 10,000 steps within 90 minutes of getting out of bed. Why do I do that? Because I want to be healthy, and I found that walking is a benefit for me. It helps me clear my mind, helps me kind of get through my day, control my stress level. That is so key to me. Also, I want to drink lots of water. I'm drinking water like it's crazy. I want more water, and more water. In addition to that, I've limited my alcohol intake. Here we are, midway through the month of February, and I'm still going off the dry January kickstart. So I'm halfway through the month, no alcohol still. And I feel great. I feel great. No, I made it through the Super Bowl. I made it through all those parties, the beginning of the year. And the latest one, made it through Fat Tuesday. Didn't have anything to drink. So it's been a benefit for me, not just from feeling better, but with the weight loss. Guys, if you really want to lose some additional pounds, go with limited alcohol to no alcohol and see what a difference it makes. Check out some of my other videos on how I lost weight by just eliminating alcohol from my diet.